Back then I was only broke. Same shoes every day, same coat. Hey, pockets empty but my mind stay loud. No, told myself I'm gonna make it out.
What's going on, y'all? Bobby, Motor Lodge Garage. We are out here Sunday the 7th, getting ready to run out to the track, enjoy some of this hot weather. But today is also the official drop of the Motor Lodge shirts, merchandise, whatever you want to call it. So wanted to make a quick little video about just kind of me, who I am, why I'm doing this, and then also I'm going to toss in some clips. I've been really bad the last 2-3 months about trying to record videos and actually post videos pretty consistently. So I'll take a couple clips at the track today, and then I'm also going to put a quick montage together of everything that we did. You can't see anything. Everything that we did to organize the garage over the last 2 or 3 months, get it usable again, because it was, you'll see in the montage, it was a wreck when we started filming. So let's get to the track. Let's do this thing. Stick around, please, till the very end, and it'll all be worth it, I promise. All right. It's a weird one to make. If you guys are watching this, it's Monday the 8th or later. Shirts, Motor Lodge merch has dropped. I've been working on this one for over 6 months. It's probably been closer to a year, actually. I've been thinking about it, had it in my head for probably 4 years now, and this doesn't show my level of excitement to be able to show this to you guys. But I kind of wanted to talk about the project, and it's more than just Motor Lodge merchandise. It means a lot more than that to me. So I wanted to make a quick little clip talking about it and kind of share some of that with you guys. So if you don't know me, I'm Bobby. I'm 29. I run Motor Lodge Garage, for what that is. I was diagnosed as autistic 2 years ago in July of 2024. Year after years of suspecting that I was. That was weird. That was weird. You know, I don't know if I expected relief out of it, out of knowing for sure. It's definitely made life interesting. And now knowing it, it helped me a little bit. It explained a lot of things, but it also kind of messed with me mentally because it was a realization. You know, for a long time, I had just thought that everything that I went through, you know, growing up was a shared experience with a lot of other people. And so I had relief knowing, but the immediate backhand to that was now knowing that all the things that I went through and struggled with, not everybody struggled with. It was just me or people like me. And a lot of the reason for wanting to make these shirts, and you'll see them in a minute. Obviously, I'm a big car guy. I mean, you could tell. There's no hiding that. I got into cars when I was really young. You know, Fast and Furious was my canon event, I guess you'd call it. And then shortly thereafter, you know, seeing Vaughn drive the Fantasy Factory and board slide 50/50 the Mustang, that was what got me into drifting and everything else. But I started right around, I guess it was 2020, 2021, going to the racetrack, trying to explore that passion a little bit more and also make some friends. You know, I had a lot of people that I hung out with growing up, but the second that we graduated, you know, everybody went their separate ways, and I really didn't have a whole lot of people that stuck by me. So when we moved out here in 2021, I started going to the racetrack, trying to explore that passion and meet people. I quickly remembered that I struggle immensely with being able to just talk to people. Once the conversation starts, I don't have an issue kind of carrying it and talking through anything. You know, I can talk about anything with anybody. My problem is starting the conversation and making new friendships and meeting new people. You know, I struggle unless I have like an in, I guess you'd call it, you know, foot in the door, or whatever you want to call that. So I tried for a while to just practice and get better at that. Go talk to people. You know, I've talked to plenty of guys on Instagram, and plenty of guys have told me to, you know, come hang out with them at the track, come say hi, come do a ride along. You know, Luis, Giovanni, Brian, you guys have all everybody's offered to take me for ride-alongs and hang out at the track and whatever else. But even with that, you know, I can talk to people online, I can approach people online, but in person, I can't. And I've tried, and I've tried. You know, I've gone to Summit Point, I don't know how many times to go to these events, and I've been rubbing shoulders with guys that I've talked to on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, who have told me, come hang out, come do a ride along. And I don't know what it is, for why it's so difficult for me. It's like somebody's standing on my throat. And I try and go talk to anybody that I don't know, or I don't have a way to start a conversation. You know, I've gone, I don't know how many times, like I said, to the track, and I'll walk up to somebody. I will walk right past somebody's pits, and we will make eye contact. And for one reason or another, it's like a physical inability to just make words happen. And I always thought, I wish there was just some way that I had something that I could do, something that I could see, anything that would help me approach people. And, I always wanted to make clothes, or at least, design my own merch and produce my own stuff that was, I just wanted to make bangers. I just want to make cool shit. I want to do cool shit with my life. A lot of the merch in the car community I wasn't a huge fan of. I was like, you know what? I posted a video 2 or 3 years ago.
I've never been happy with the apparel that's been out there. So another part of this is that we're going to try and put some apparel together, some shirts, sweatshirts, hats.
And it's like, I'm going to do the thing. So I thought, hey, what if I made my own merch? What if I use that merch as a way to provide some kind of visual cue or something that somebody was safe to talk to, somebody was safe to approach? And I don't want to say ally, because that word, it gets so overplayed, but it's somebody it's somebody that you can have a conversation with, somebody that you can spark a friendship with. And I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to work hard enough for long enough to have enough to start this project and try and support myself through ultimately what is my dream, with the help of good partners. And also, the whole thing was never supposed to be, oh, I just want to go build race cars to race cars. I wanted, like, race cars are cool, and I want to do race cars to race cars. But I want to do race cars. I want 2 race cars so that I can make friends. And then, with the good fortune that I've had to be able to afford some of the things that I've been able to afford, to be able to then take care of those friends, support those friends. I have the truck and I have the car, and I'm getting a big trailer so I can haul, me and the boys can go to the track. And, all I want is to have friends and go do cool shit with them. And if I have enough money left over to support them in doing so, and if I can pay for tires, or if I can haul your car for you or whatever, just so we can go to the track and do cool shit. That's all I wanted. So I figured, if I'm going to sell merch, that's going to fund, me taking care of the boys. But I also wanted it to be bigger than that. So, with all of the struggles that I've had, and I shouldn't say struggle, because I've lived a good life. I had a good childhood, but I did struggle with some things. And what if I can make it bigger than that? So we got the logos on the sleeve, which I'll put up here. So that's my visual cue that people are good and people are safe to talk to. So, you know, if by some miracle enough people grab one of my shirts and I go to the track and I see one of them, it's an easy, hey, I don't even have to try and make friends. We're already friends. And not just for me, but for anybody else. You know, I know I'm not the only person that struggles with this. There's millions. So I'm not going to drag this out any longer. I just kind of wanted to briefly introduce myself and the line and what that means to me. And the last piece that's very important with this drop, anything that you see that has the logo on the sleeve, we are donating 20% of all gross profits at the end of each year for as long as we do this to the Autism Self-Advocacy Network. They help advocate for policy and support. If you guys stuck around this long, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. We are on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. If you can like, follow, comment, subscribe, repost, share this with your friends, your family, your doctor, your lawyer, whoever. If you can't, obviously I know the shirts they're not cheap. They're as cheap as we can make them right now, but they're not cheap. So if you can't afford to purchase a shirt, in the coming weeks, we will be adding stickers, like vinyl decals, to the store. But if all you can do is, you know, like, comment, share with a friend, and get the word out that we are, you know, I'm trying to build something bigger than just racing. So if we can get the word out, we can help more people. I guess other than that, I just want to say thank you. Again, for sticking around this long, if you support us, for supporting us. If you don't support us, for fueling us. Yeah, let's just get to the track. This is not the kind of video that I like making. It's just vibe's not right now. Let's get to the track. Let's go do something cool.
Back then I was only broke, no lie. Had to fake a smile just to get by. Everybody talk, but they don't know me. I was down bad, they ain't show me. Back then I was only broke. Now I'm chasing dreams, not hope. I ain't there yet, but I'm close. I can feel it in my soul. Yeah. Late night staring at the ceiling, trying to turn pain into a feeling, trying to make songs they could feel it, but nobody cared. I was still in the same spot, no motion. Hard cold, but